What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making their debut on the channel tonight, we have Rivers of Nihil. Yes, indeed. How about that? Rivers of Nihil making their debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bobbity bop, do me a favor before you do all that stuff. Please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Koriko1988, and Koriko wanted to see me react to this song by Rivers of Nihil called Where Owls Know My Name. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard this song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, yeah, this sounds familiar, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by Metal Blade Records, okay? And the video has 2.1 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Rivers of Nihil, Where Owls Know My Name, official video. Wah, wah, wah.
Damn it.
Yeah, there's that word official coming off of their record label's official page, Metal Blade Records. Yeah, look, you know what I'm going to say, so I'm not going to say it. All I'm going to say is we're going to just wait and see what happens and hope for the best. I love this public access, intro screen. Oh, man, that's great. I love it. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Sounds like drums have a backmask effect on them.
And then I wished you away. I lost those memories of the days we were on, forsaken wide awake.
The bass work, nice.
Just relax our eyes and fall into a dream. Let it take my mind. Where owls know my name.
Boom. To the 5. 4. Why not have a sax solo? I mean, look, it fit. It fit, and it sounded good. It fit within the context of the song. Wasn't expecting it. Even seeing him back there with the sax. I gotta be honest. When I was watching this, I don't take music videos into account when I'm doing my review and doing my score and my evaluation. It has no impact on the score whatsoever. But while I'm sitting here watching this video, I see the sax player back there. I'm like, okay, this is a joke, right? And this is comic relief. They're gonna have like some shredding guitar solo and have him pretend to play, right? No, it was a sax solo. It really was. And gotta be honest, when I was watching, I'm like, they wouldn't really put a sax solo on a song like this, would they? Actually, they did, and it worked just fine. I'm digging the groove. I'm really digging the groove. I love the feel that the drummer's got set up with what he's playing. His pattern sounds really nice. Guitars, nice, thick, crunchy guitar tone without being muddy. I like that. I love the bass work. The bass work is absolutely one of the highlights for me, without question. He's moving around the neck, but he's not overdoing it. And he doesn't overstay his welcome when he goes up on the neck. He gets the upper register. He does what he needs to do. A lot of L shape, a lot of L patterns, and then he moves back down again to the lower register to cover the bottom end. Got no issue with it. Backing vocals with the harmonies, dig them. I absolutely dig them. They sound really nice, and it's a nice, it's a nice balance with what's happening within the lead vocal with the grit and growl vocal. I really hope we get to hear more of the clean vocal throughout the song. I really hope that wasn't the only spot. I don't know though. Something tells me that might have been it. And I really hope that's not the case. I hope we get to hear those clean vocals again at least one more time. No, overall, I got no issue with this whatsoever. I'm actually digging this. I really am. So let's keep going and let's see where this goes. Like those accents. dun, 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 dun. Following that 3/16 pattern. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... Yikes, I like it. Taking out layers. Okay. Now it sounds like we're gonna fold it. Yep. Linear fade. Actually, in this case, the linear fade does kind of make sense, considering what they were doing instrumentally. They took out certain voices, but they got to a point where they really couldn't take any more voices out without making the song sound thin. So they kind of painted themselves into a corner. You know what I mean? Where they really didn't have any other choice but to do a linear fade. So I get it. I understand it. Not thrilled about it, but I see what they were doing, and I see how they ended up getting themselves into that position where they had to do it. So, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. Not really a lot to talk about, honestly. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Rivers of Nihil with Where Owls Know My Name. This was a request from Corico 1988. Okay, not a lot to talk about. I talked about most of the things I wanted to discuss during the course of the reaction. So there's not too much to discuss here. I'm going to hit some bullet points on those. And, we'll see where we go. You know, maybe I'll end up stumbling over something else I want to talk about. As in regards to this song. So we'll see. We have to kind of play it by ear, I guess. Let's start with the score and we'll go from there. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.1. Yep, 8.1. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, an 8.1. What does that mean? Well, an 8.1 would translate to a great scale rating. So overall, I think this was a great song. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and an A- letter grade. So there you go, an 8.1, great scale rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Just to be clear, I just want to make sure I mention this because I don't want people getting the wrong idea. The music video had absolutely no bearing whatsoever on my score and on my evaluation. Look, it was cute. Yeah, it was done in like a public access format. I thought that was really kind of cute and really kind of funny. But as far as the video itself having any impact on my score or what I thought of the song, no, none whatsoever. So don't worry about that, okay? I promise you, it's a non-factor. As far as the songwriting goes, I like what it was doing. I like how it was moving. The chordal progression that they chose made perfect sense. Lot of usage from 1 to 6. I get it. I understand why. Especially with this kind of a slower feel, heavier feel song. Not quite a dirge, but I mean, it definitely had dirge qualities to it. And I appreciate that for sure. I'm just curious, what kind of band is this? Is this a new melodic death metal band? Or, I'm not 100% sure, but I was definitely getting a lot of dark undertones from it. And I like that, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed it. I'm really curious to know, what kind of band is this? How would fans of Rivers of Nihil, how would you guys classify this band? The guitar tone, thick and crunchy, like that a lot. Especially the fact that they didn't go too far with it. It didn't get muddy. So you could hear every attack clear as day. The bass work, man, that was one of the highlights for me for sure. And the more I think about it, the more I think it was the highlight for me. Some nice movement, some nice notational selection, great taste when it came to knowing when to move around and when to stay in the lower register, when to go up to the upper register, and when to come back down again. Never overstaying its welcome in the upper register, which was good. What he was playing, nothing was really all that complex. A lot of what he was playing was based around L patterns, and there's nothing wrong with that. 7-1-3 or 1-2-4. Or you can even go backwards to 5-4-1. You can even do something like that. But it's all based around a lot of, not all, but a lot of what he was playing was based around L patterns, and there's nothing wrong with it. He was creative with it, and he made it sound good. So it was fine. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm blown away by it, because L patterns really are not that difficult to do. But it still sounded nice, and it was definitely very attention getting. Definitely kept me engaged with the song for sure. The drumming also really well done. Loved what he came up with as far as his patterns go. He never switched feel. Every time he came up with a pattern, it was always in a straight ahead feel. He never switched to double time. He never switched to halftime feels. But within that straight time feel, he came up with a couple of different patterns that at times gave the illusion that he switched. Like, for example, getting towards the end where the double kick just kicked in, and he was, going fast with that double kick, 30-second notes, if I'm not mistaken. But at the same time, it gave the illusion of going to like a double time feel. But if you lock in with the snare was still on the same 2 and 4 pattern. It never deviated. So that was really nice. I like that. So showing some creativity. Let's see what else. Vocally. Okay. I really wish we had gotten more melodic singing. We had that big block of melodic singing during the introduction of the song, which I really enjoyed. And I really wish we could have heard that at least one more time at some point through the song. Maybe 2/3 of the way through the song or 3/4 of the way through the song. It would have been nice if we had gone back to it. Unfortunately, we didn't get that. And the rest of the vocalizations we got were all based around the grit and growl style vocal, which is fine. The grit and growl was done well. It absolutely was. I just wish there was a little more of a balance between the two. But that's all right. You can't always get what you want, right? The outro. Okay. Let's talk about that outro for a second. I saw what they were doing. They were opening it up a little bit, extending it out, so that they could do strategically exiting of voices as it went along. And I get it. I absolutely get that. And I like that. I do. But it got to a point where they couldn't take any more voicings out without affecting the quality of the song. It would have gotten thin. I suppose they could have taken the guitars out and had it just be, bass and drums. They could have, but it would have sounded all right, but again, it would have gotten thin. You know what I mean? So they got to a point where they had, guitar, bass, and drums, and that was it. And they kept going. And that's where they kind of painted themselves into a corner. It was like, okay, now what do we do? As soon as they stopped pulling voices out, they should have thought about an ending. And maybe the ending, maybe the goal all along was to have a linear fade. That could very well be the goal. But my point is this: they got to a point where their goal became the only option. You know, they eliminated any opportunity for any other kind of option because of the way that they did it. So I really hope that linear fade was the goal. That was the end game all along. Because if that is, then fine, it worked. It worked great. If not, they had another goal, but they had no other choice but to do a linear fade. Well, that's unfortunate. You know, they painted themselves in that corner to the point where they had no other choice. So I hope that's not the case. I really hope that the goal all along was linear fade, because at that point, then the band's happy. I'm sure listeners will be happy. Everybody's happy. Record label's happy. As long as record label's making money, that's all they care about. They're happy as long as they're making the money. No, look, as far as the song goes, I think it's a great tune. It is. And I gotta say, a sax solo. Never saw that coming in a million years. Even saw the guy back there in the music video. And I'm like, this is a joke, right? They're going to have him, you know, pretend to play over a guitar solo or something. No, it was a real sax solo. Gotta say, it fit. It fit like a glove. It was unexpectedly, tastefully done. It wasn't done to be funny. It wasn't done to be, you know, disrespectful. It was done in the context of the song. So I dug it. I enjoyed it. And I think it fits. So yeah, nice job across the board from Rivers of Nihil making their debut on the channel. Not a bad way to make a debut up in the 8s. That's not easy to do. So let's see. I don't think I have any more requests for them in the queue. I might, but if we do, great. If not, well then, worst comes to worst, I can always go and, you know, look them up on my own. But in any case, 8.1, I feel good about that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have an 8.1, which is a great scale rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then, by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching. And as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.